In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
The Curio, a ship, reels steadily back and forth in the icy blackness. Had it been days, weeks, or months since you had been taken? You don't remember. The hull creaks as it's tossed by the waves. All you know is that you overheard the guards mention that you were coming into the wrinkled sea. Now, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to know, what's the last thing you remember before you were taken aboard this ship?
I was in the bar watching this gentleman play on stage. And I was a little tipsy, but I'm here looking for adventures, so I figure let's have some adventure. And now I'm here. And I got to tell you, my head is killing me.
Right on. Someone else? Boss?
Yeah,
Caleb?
Yep. Oh,
Go for it.
okay. Yumhorn here.
It's very manly voice.
This is all about fantasy and being what you want to be in real life. So I'm trying to be as masculine as possible. I'm super hairy.
You're going to get super tired flexing all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
They can't hear you flexing.
yeah. So I was looking at the community board at the center of town, trying to find some sort of, I don't know, task, quest, maybe somebody with a question mark over their head to get me in good graces so I can win my one and only love back. I want to prove myself to her. And as I was studying the boards and looking through the want ads, I suddenly went black. Not me, but my vision went black. I got to be clear on that. Somebody hit me over the head, sack over the face. Over the face, not in the face. I got to be super deliberate here. I don't want things to come back.
We only got like another 2 hours.
I don't want people to come back 20 episodes.
Cam's not much of a talker.
And teabag
And then they hit me in the sack in the face over and over.
How's that for yam? All right. And next thing I know, I'm in the hull of a ship.
Nice.
No, it was pretty terrifying.
Boy, Airtorn was Shanghai. Don't worry about it. He was Shanghai after he finished his open mic set. Mate. Black bag over the head, mate. Okay? That's what he was. He doesn't know where he is. All he knows is he's pissed off and he smells a gnome and he doesn't like that at all.
Can I ask is it Airtorn?
Airtorn, mate. Get it right.
Are you South African?
Don't worry about it.
None of your business. Okay. All right.
Great.
You win.
Poos.
All right. So you all, those were your last memories, and you all woke up to find yourselves much in the same position, chained to the floor and to the hull of the ship. You're in a hold that is lined with a steel cell, steel bars running all over, basically just like a big cage. The hold is filthy. It's unkempt. There's just garbage everywhere. In your cell, you can see dried vomit and other bodily functions that you'd rather not speculate as to what they were. On the floor, you can see the nails of a half-fork set between the planks where they made their final stand at freedom. There are probably a dozen or so of you. You can't tell from where you're lying down. Most just ordinary folk. The cell is probably such that it wouldn't even fit half of that comfortably. So you guys are just jammed in there. From your positions chained to the floor and hull, you can hear the footsteps of a guard quickly approaching. A human man leans over, kind of looks at all of you, and he whispers, "I heard the guards say we're close to Bravik." He looks over his shoulder and makes sure that no one can hear him. And he looks back at you and he says, "Are any of you the fighting type?"
Nah, mate.
Is it too early to do an
I'm a
insight check?
ladies man.
Not at all. Go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to do an insight check because I want to know if he's got bad intentions for the fighting type or good intentions.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
11 plus. Oh God. Okay, -1.
Man.
So I got a 10.
That's okay.
That's not
That's
bad.
okay. It was an easy roll anyway. So you notice. You notice that this guy looks kind of like a fighter himself, and you're not quite sure if his intentions are necessarily good, but you can tell that one way or the other, like he's gearing up for something.
Oh boy.
All I want to do is just get out of this. So can I do a charisma check to persuade him to just let me go?
He's chained in the hole with you. You
Oh,
want to
okay.
you want to try to persuade the guard when he comes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to happen, guys. Don't worry, mates.
wait,
I got us, mates.
Wait.
But only for me.
Let me be clear on this. So there's somebody near me also chained.
He's chained?
This isn't the guard that we heard coming up.
Correct.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
A human
I
man
get it now.
chained
Okay.
in the cell with you all. He's in the same
Okay.
situation that you are all in. He leans over and he whispers, "I heard the guards say we're close to Bravik.
Okay.
Are any of you the fighting type?"
Gotcha.
That's where
okay.
you came in.
All right. I'll turn
I
my
wonder if
head
this is
towards
the
him.
bozo who pooped in the middle.
I turn my head towards him. I give him a look up and down, and say,
Yeah, you do.
"Yeah, me. I'm your man. What's up?"
And he gives you a stern nod and he looks at the rest of you and he says, "Come on, lads, can I count on you or not?" It's okay if he can't. You guys can
are
let
squishy.
Yamhorn
Yeah.
and this.
You know what?
fellow,
I signed up for adventure, so I got your back. Guy
Awesome.
chained up. We're all in the same position.
All right. So I'm with you.
Yo, what's in it for me?
What's in it for you? God, just shut up. The guard's coming.
Okay.
Man, don't worry. I got this, mate.
So he disregards you guys as though whatever you said, your answer probably didn't really matter to him. It seems like he was probably going to go ahead and do whatever he was going to do with or without you.
All right.
He shoots you guys all a dirty look that seems to say, "You better not muck this up."
It's a good thing I'm on stage chain.
This guy's being a real ducker.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Coco played the ukulele
Yeah,
there.
exactly what we needed.
So the guard finishes approach to the cell. He casts a pitiful eye on his cargo, looking at you guys. Did you want to try and attempt
I
to
would
persuade
love,
the
I
guard?
would love to try it. Hey, yo, mate. Let me out of here.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion and give me your modifier too.
All right, so what do I have to do? Roll D20 and then add whatever the persuasion is to the number?
Yeah.
Right. Oh my god, he just had a crit!
So
We're off to a good start, ladies and gents.
Okay, so the guard's like, "Oh, you want to let go? Oh, well, I guess I could take you up top."
A 20. You got a 20.
you critted it, man. Critted it.
Would you like to steer the boat?
yeah.
We've got a fake
Here's the
captain's hat
captain's
for you.
So here's the thing. I like to reward crits, especially in this thing, by like being like overly egregious.
That's pretty awesome one to crit on.
And I'll say this too. Also, when you roll a crit in situations like this, I'd like to know. I'll be the final say, but I'd like to know ultimately what you would like to happen with your persuasion check.
pitch it like you're pitching to the guard.
Yeah, like give me your best pitch. Yes,
Oh,
you're
mate.
talking to the guard right now. He said,
Mate, I need to get out of here. I need to go to the bar. I need to get my game on. But I also want this fighter type to come with me because I need a backup. Now this gnome's a little. He can stay in there. I don't need him. I don't need him
So
with
I
me.
just said I had your back. Come on.
I don't need him.
All right.
"Well, that was like not a very good attempt at
Yeah.
persuasion." But you rolled a crit, so here's the thing.
I'm new to this.
The guard hears your pleas, and he doesn't think that these other fools need to come with you, but he's more than happy to unhook you. He sees that you're a very handsome man, and obviously he saw your instrument come with it, and he thinks that maybe you'd be good for some persuasion up on deck. So
And he's
Where'd my pick go?
he's very
Oh, there it is.
persuaded by your sexy accent.
Yeah.
Your foreign accent.
So he goes ahead and opens up the steel door, and he walks over to your shackles, and he uses the key. You guys notice that the other man who was asking you guys if you were brawlers, he seems to be fixated on those keys as he undoes Airtorn's shackles and guides him back out and locks the door to the cell and takes him up deck.
Is there a particular marching order? So, like, where is Airtorn in relation to me, the other guy, and Philly Duke?
So I'll say this, unless you guys want to decide this amongst yourselves. In my imagination just now, the mysterious stranger locked in the cell with all of you was the closest to the cell door.
Okay.
Followed by Yamhorn, followed by maybe a couple strangers, followed by Lanston, followed by a couple strangers, followed by Airtorn. So he had to walk past all you guys, and the mysterious stranger was fixated on those keys as if he's going to remember which of those keys did what when the time comes. And as he's closing the cell door, another guy comes down, and I don't know if you guys want to go ahead and just give me like an insight check or a perception check or whatever.
I'll do a perception. 10 plus.
-1, right? Or no, your insight's different, right?
11 with a +3, so 14.
Oh, okay.
-1. For
Okay,
perception.
so you didn't
Passive
notice this,
perception
but
was 11.
but Philly Duck, being a wizened young gnome who's seeing the world,
I look good for 65.
he recognizes that by the way that this guy who came down the stairs just now carried himself, that he's no mere guard on this ship or sailor. He looks at you guys as he already owns you, which really isn't far from the truth. And when he speaks, it's with the knowledge that his orders are going to be followed. And he comes down right as the gate to the cell is closing, and he's locking the gate. And he calls to the guard, and he says, "There'll be plenty of time to gawk at the cargo when we get to port. You're needed on deck. There's another ship coming on us in the dark." And he looks kind of at the guard, and he's like, gives him a glance, like, "Why are you letting this guy go?" And the guard just says, "Well, I figured he could come on board and at least give us some entertainment before we, get rid of him." And this guy goes ahead and he's just like, "All right, whatever, fine." And he turns to go up the stairs, and you notice that right before the guard turns away, that the mysterious stranger locked in the cell leans up, doing his best to keep his shackles silent, and he yanks the keys right off this guard's belt. He holds his breath for a moment, and he looks at you guys, giving you a little grin, saying that he's about to get up to no good.
Don't wiggle your eyes at me, bozo.
He waits for all the guards, including Airtorn, to get up on deck. And he looks at all of you, and he says, "Would any of you care to join my escape attempt?" Do it, guys.
I raise my hand.
Well, it's better than sitting around in this stinky old place. Let's do it.
Right on. A couple of the other strangers with you guys agree that they'd rather take their chances fighting for their lives and figure out, what's in store for them when they get to port. But some of them don't want to cause any trouble, and they go ahead and stay behind, thinking that their captors are going to be nice to them when they come back. So,
Suckers.
this mysterious stranger, as he's undoing his shackles, introduces himself. His name is Ferdinand Indike. What, Lanston Philly Duke?
I didn't laugh.
Oh.
It's supposed to be the mature one.
His name is Ferdinand Indike. And he doesn't give you much other than that, but that he realizes after the guard said that a ship was coming up on them in the dark, that they were going to be in for some action here pretty soon, and that he'd rather take his chances during the din of combat than sitting below in a cage with his hands tied. So I don't know if you guys want to introduce yourselves to him again. Just, "My name's Ferdinand. I'm going to get us out of here."
What's up, boy? My
Hey,
name's Lanston Philly Duke.
Am I going to be able to count on you guys to get out of here?
absolutely. But first, I need to know who I'm getting into battle with. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Look, you don't need to know that. Just you need to know that I'm on a mission, and I'm a fighter, and I can get us out of here.
What are you, his biographer?
Look, I heard the guards say that we were getting close to Pravik. That's where I was headed.
What were you planning on doing in Pravik?
Look, Pravik is a city that's falling apart, and it needs something that I have. That's all I'm going to get into right now. We have to get off this ship.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a first date. Let's figure this out.
Let's probe a little deeper because it seems like the DM doesn't want us to.
No, let's go. Ferdinand, whatever you're going to do, let's do this.
Well, okay. What's the plan?
Look, let's go. Do you guys know where they kept all of your belongings that they had?
Oh snap! I forgot. I'm naked. Okay. No, I didn't see.
Like, if you guys want to spend like a minute or two,
Kind of looking around.
searching the
Okay,
below decks.
I'll do a perception check to get a lay of the lower decks. I guess.
Sure, yeah.
14 plus.
All right.
They took our clothes?
No, you guys are clothed in just like
I just
basic.
took off my clothes.
You guys are clothed in basic stuff, but whatever
Okay.
gear that you believed you had was taken from you.
Sorry, I thought I missed the part where they got us naked.
No, that's just me. I wanted to be naked.
Oh,
As soon
gotcha.
as his hands are free, he just starts stripping, and everyone looks at him
Oh,
like,
thank
what
God.
are you
I can
doing?
get out of these
It's
little
hot in
things.
here.
We know the definition of where the horn came in, and he's named from that.
So you guys go ahead and take a quick look around. Like, you don't want to go up unarmed. Ferdinand tells you that he didn't have anything on him when he was taken. He thought that traveling cross borders would be safer without weapons and all this sort of stuff.
snap.
But you notice that literally you're on one end of the hold where there's the small steel cage where you guys were trapped. And it's pretty bare except for like some supplies. You know, they got like salted meat and like fish and barrels of water and stuff kind of along the sides. And on the opposite side is kind of like a really steep stairway ladder that leads up to a hatch that leads above deck. At least you believe. Every time they open it up, fresh air wafted down. And you see on the other side, kind of behind those stair ladder things, you kind of see an amalgam of, you know, supplies and stuff. And you can't tell from where you're standing, but it might be yours.
Okay. I walk over to where the supplies are, and let's make this clear. I want to be sneaky about it. So,
Right.
do
So
I need to
sneaky.
do like a stealth or something? Or
No, you're fine.
Okay,
There's
okay.
no guards around right now. They're all above. You know, it's basically just like a 2-deck ship. There's like a
Cool.
below and an above.
and everybody else is busy now.
Yeah, they all are
I'm
on
following.
deck because apparently there's a ship coming up on your guys' tail. So
Gotcha.
Because I want my backpack because it's got all my cool stuff in it.
right on. Okay, so you guys go over there and you check it out.
Dolly.
Well, surprise, it's all of your stuff.
Yay! Oh no, but air torn. You're already up.
Yep,
up top.
air torn
so-
stuff is still below. He does have his
Okay.
instrument.
Okay.
Because
Because they wanted entertainment.
Right.
Would
they
we
wanted-
have? Are we able to see like oh, this is probably that guy's stuff?
You don't know what his stuff is.
Yeah, why would we
Because
care
there's like
anyway?
a dozen other people that were there.
Good. I'm not getting it anyway because that bozo left us.
He can figure it out afterwards. Sorry, dude.
How about this?
This was a punishment for your critical there.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the real ret point. That's
Roll a critical.
yeah. I want to see if there's anything better than what I came on board
Oh, boy.
with. Is there any way I can do that?
I'll tell you this. On top of your stuff, it looks like that there's kind of like a small little armory of stuff that the guards would use. Like, they actually have... I hope you guys don't mind dropping this in, but
No.
they have like some flintlock pistols and stuff
Ooh.
there, which will do similar damage to crossbows. So they got some flintlock pistols down there. They're just single shot things, you know, could help you guys even the odds. They got a whole mess of it down there. It looks like it's for the sailors, you know, what they would use in an boarding action or whatever. There's also just some basic swords and stuff like that. Nothing that's really better than anything that you guys are carrying.
All right. I want to take one of those guns and stick it in my belt like a swashbuckler. And then my quarterstaff and dagger is also there.
All
Excellent.
right, yeah.
All right.
I will say this too. There is also like barrels of like grog, basically, you know, like highly flammable alcohol. That's around.
Those barrels are bigger than me. I can't lift it.
Yeah, true.
But you can drink them.
Oh, well, I'm going to drink it.
But
All of it.
you guys just like get crunk and go upstairs, like trying to.
What's
find...
up, guys?
Sing Freebird!
I'm gonna do the Gene Simmons thing. I'm just walking around with bloated cheeks. Say something.
Stage diving, and there's nobody
I'm waiting
there.
to like blow fire at
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah. Oh, that's actually
okay.
kind of a good idea. If you want to do something, I'd allow that.
All right.
All right, cool.
Then I get a mouthful of this
All right,
sweet,
cool.
sweet liquid.
I'm gonna stick with the pistol and everything that I came on board with.
All right, cool. So it only takes you guys a minute to gear up, but Ferdinand didn't wait for you guys to do that. He's already like opening up the hatch.
Oh, snap.
You guys
Okay.
just want to like follow him immediately, or do you want to wait and see if there's some action?
I I want to call him out before he jumps out of the hold.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him a little bit more and see if I can maybe convince him that just going out and fighting the people that we're on board with may not be the best choice.
He looks down at you, basically. Do you want to give me like some dialogue?
Yeah. Let me do that, and I'll roll a persuasion.
All right, go for it.
Ooh, 15 plus 4, 19.
What the?
Okay, yeah.
Why
I'm
are
pretty
you guys' persuasion
I-
so high?
I'm very charming. My charisma is 18, so.
All right, fine. He.
Wait.
All right, go ahead. and give it to
I want to get my plan out, just so you know what I'm working with
me.
here.
Right. Okay.
So, what was your name again?
Ferdinand.
Off to a great start here. Okay, Ferdinand.
Oh God.
All right.
I just got yammed.
So that was Ferdinand accidentally falling down the ladder.
Okay, so I had a 19. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Give me your pitch.
All right. So, first of all, my name's Jan Horn. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I know. What do you want?
We went through this. We're kind of in a pickle. So here's the deal. You say that you think we're about to be boarded or attacked or something like that, right?
Right.
Is that the deal? Even though we're prisoners, I feel like maybe the same way I'm trying to persuade you, I could persuade the captain of the ship to use us against the oncoming ship. So that way
Are you
we're
kidding
fighting
me?
in numbers. 'Cause-
That's what you want to do?
Well, we don't know. We don't know if our boat is the bad boat just because we're slaves. You know, we don't know if our boat is the bad boat or the other boat is the worst boat.
The evil you know. Is that what I'm getting right
Yeah,
now?
correct.
Okay. You know what? Fine. Have it your way. But I'm going up on deck right now.
Oh snap! What are you going to do? Are you going to start shooting or what? What's your plan?
If you want to have your chance, you better get up there and persuade the captain before I murder him.
Oh snap! Okay, I'll be right back.
Time out.
Yeah.
So
God,
Ferdinand,
I thought that first date would never end.
Ferdinand was like halfway up the ladder,
Yeah.
and he looked back down at you, and he's like, "What the heck? We don't have time for planning. We need to do action." He crawls up, and he's opening up the hatch right now, and you can hear the sweet musings of our bard friend that we had met earlier.
You know what, guys? Forget all this fighting. Where's my hammock?
Go get that grog.
Yeah. Anybody got a hacky sack?
So he's up there. Are you guys going to follow him? Are you guys just going to hang out below decks? Philly Duke's got a mouthful of grog.
I haven't done it yet because they were having a conversation
So-
and I swallowed the first one.
Okay. Going in for round 2. Okay.
Yep, here we go.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception check when I get on deck, see if I can identify the captain quickly.
All right. So you get up on deck. You see Ferdinand kind of like creeping around. And you can clearly see like a couple people talking. Go ahead and if you want to give me a check, that way you can.
Actually, you know what?
I mean, you know what? I'll give it to you. It's obvious.
Okay. I yell out, "Hey, Captain! That guy over there wants to kill you."
And before you can do much, he goes to the nearest guard and he basically heaves him over the side of the deck and pulls that guard's sword free of its scabbard. And you can't hear any more of that guard. He just kind of splashes into the black water.
Pour one out pour some grog out for the lost sailor.
But the captain, he looks over at you when you call out, "Hey, Captain." And he doesn't seem
My
like
plan is working.
He doesn't seem like he cares all that much about the guard he just lost.
And I'm pointing at Ferdinand if I can see him, if he's in my line of sight.
Ferdinand looks over at the guy who's obviously the captain, who, by the way, just give you a little bit of information on him. He's kind of an average built guy, but he's got, dark hair. He's wearing some like a leather jacket with some like, typical like Buccaneers pants that you might see, like little swishy like Aladdin pants.
Awesome.
He's got like a rapier in his sash, as well as a flintlock pistol, and as well as he's got like a whip that he has kind of like hanging from his belt as well. And he's got his arms crossed, and he's talking to the gentleman that you saw before, who came down and kind of like commanded the guard to go up. But now he's looking over at you, and before you can say anything, Ferdinand shouts, and he goes, "I see my friends are worrying you over there," and he nods over to the ship that's like, coming to the side. It's still a little ways off, but And the captain looks over at him and he goes, "Oh, you're friends, huh?" You feel free to interject at any time if you guys want to interrupt this conversation.
I've got a mouthful of stuff. I don't want to. I'm waiting to light a fireball on somebody.
Does the captain have a name tag on?
What's that?
Does the captain have a name tag on?
No name tag.
Okay. So who is he addressing when he says that?
He's addressing Ferdinand right now,
Okay.
who's got his sword brandished. He just pushed a guard over the end,
Okay.
and he's basically just wearing, the clothes that he had down below deck.
Okay. I want to draw my flintlock and train it on him,
On the captain?
on
or
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, okay.
And say, Captain, my name is Yamhorn. I will help you in any oncoming battle if you let me and this dude with puffy cheeks. If you let us go free if we survive the fight. And I guess that guy
Really?
too. Yeah.
How far away am I from the captain right now?
You're standing like pretty near the captain. You're probably like 5 meters away.
Okay.
Whereas the
Meters?
other guys,
Where are we?
I know. You're in the Whispering Sea. They
Where they
measure
go by
crap in
metric.
meters here. Whatever. You're standing like 10, 15 feet away from him. Well, the other guys are standing like 20, 25 feet. Because they're over kind of like on the end of the ship coming out of the hatch. And the captain's they're kind of standing, you guys are all kind of near the mast of the ship, kind of like near the center, right? And they're looking over. They're obviously like really preoccupied with the other ship, whom they can see like the lanterns like on deck, and they can hear kind of like the war drums on the other side, like beating across the ocean.
And you want to help the captain? That's where you're going?
Dude, it sounds like there's some barbarians coming after us. I'd rather get prepared and get as many hands on deck as we can.
So before the captain has time to answer your request, Ferdinand, he's still brandishing the sword to the slavers, but he looks over at you and he goes, "You do not know what you're messing with. You do not want to be involved with these slavers or the other ones on board that ship."
That's what I'm saying.
How do you know?
Man, I critted. I critted
So
over
you
here.
know you won D&D.
Yeah, he had dinner with the captain. Like he's wearing like a really nice frilly dress now.
I'd like to actually do a stealth check to move.
Just kind of creep back.
Yeah, we'll creep a little bit within
The slow walk away.
within 1 meter of the captain.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow it. Go ahead and give me.
That would be
I thought you only rolled bad things.
no. That will be 21.
All right, so like you're able to just sort of like as the conversation is ensuing, like you know that you're not like totally invisible or anything,
Bugs
but you
Bunny over to him.
yeah, you kind of like tiptoe over. Like as the conversation goes, you just kind of edge nearer and nearer, and you're standing within like, I mean, you were already like 5 feet there, but now you're right there. You could just like
Creepily breathing on his neck.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Captain. What are
Doing
we?
that thing where you're like casually like looking up at the sky around.
What are we dealing with as far as other personnel on deck?
So there's like a dozen or so guards,
Oh, geez.
and they're all like really. They seem like really worried about like,
Whoops.
what's going on, and so all three of you guys are on deck as well as Ferdinand, and there's still a couple below decks that were going to join you, just like 3 or 4 other slaves.
That's right. Okay.
But they didn't look like brawlers or anything like that. They're just like ordinary folks. So Ferdinand, he says it, he's just like, "You don't know what you're doing. Look, you can trust me. I will tell you everything after we get out of this alive, but we cannot be taken by either of these ships."
okay.
Okay, now
Well-
here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we need to go with Ferdinand. And what I can do, being close to the captain, is I can play my prestidigitation spell to have a shower of sparks come down to where he is confused, and that will give you guys the chance to run in, him spit the fireball,
Just like
and
Jubilee.
kill that dude.
Yeah. Just dazzle him.
Yeah.
All right.
Lanston, old Philly Duke over here. Here's that plan and goes.
Wait. So you said that in character out loud to everybody?
No.
Oh,
okay. Well, then Lanston.
That's
giving
what
you
we
guys my
call
plan,
meta-
okay?
That's what we call metagaming.
Sorry,
We gotta-
Lanston didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Because essentially, right now we're all in our own brains, and we have
Right.
to make the decision on our own.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
That's
how
where
you'll
my
get
brain's
ret
going,
points,
though.
guys.
But
Role playing.
but Ferdinand said that out loud. But
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
going with him.
Ferdinand is pleading with you guys because
So you're saying okay.
As Lanston,
Okay.
I go and kind of like shake my head in agreement
Okay.
and like pointing at him.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to play the scenes like each your own way.
Yeah.
Try to tip it the way you want it to go, and just kind of like go with whatever option presents
I
itself.
just want to create some
How do I
chaos.
make this prestidigitation happen? Because I'm shower sparks
Wait,
for 1
wait.
minute are happening right now.
Okay, I want to do
Nope.
something quick before he goes.
Nope.
I've got my pistol trained on Ferdinand, and I you're gonna screw me over.
I will make you soil your pants
So
with
I've got-
another spell.
I've got my pistol trained on Ferdinand. I hear what he's saying. I look over at you. I can see you jazzing something up real good, and I see you with the thumbs up. And I look at the captain, and then in all haste, I turn and shoot at the captain.
You turn and shoot at the captain.
Yeah.
Okay. He's surprised. Give me a roll. Let's see if you hit him.
10. Oh, what's the modifier for a pistol? Is there one?
Would it be your dexterity?
Sure.
So look at your dexterity
I hope
modifier.
so.
I think it is.
It's +2, so
Let's see.
it's 12.
It's 12. Okay.
12 total.
So you shoot him, and it just kind of like wings him. Like it gets his shoulder. Fortunately, it wasn't his sword arm or anything like that. But he damn it! And he grabs his shoulder, and he's like, just take care of these guys. Get them back below deck so we can finish this problem. And before you guys know it, like a battle pretty much kind of erupts. And
That would be a good time for prestidigitation.
You messed it up now.
Because that's my punishment. You won't help me out now.
Lanston would like to know how many guards are how many people are close to him. What's the
like
closest
the
amount?
vicinity.
Yeah.
Lanson, okay, so you guys are on, imagine if you will, real quick. You guys are on one end of the ship. Yeah, you got a little
Okay,
diagram right
so
there.
We got a boat mast in the middle.
Yeah.
Trap.
Yeah,
Or
so-
the door we came
Right,
out.
but how many guys are how? Is there one guy near me? Is there 10 guys near me?
There's nobody near you at the moment. Everybody is near the mast or on the other side of the ship because the other side of the ship is where the other ship is approaching
Okay.
from.
okay.
And the captain and the one he was talking to, the other high-ranking person, were on that same side, right? With
The captain is near the mast.
Okay.
near the mast.
Kind of on the other side of the mast. But like I said, he's about 20 feet from you guys right now. And the nearest guard is probably 15, 18 feet. Between you and the captain.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and there's 10 guards or so, and of course the captain, and who you just assume is his second officer who came down and gave some orders to that guy.
Gotcha.
So, combat kind of broke out during
Yeah, I
during
tired
that
of holding
shot.
this
Sorry,
So,
guys.
so you got a surprise roll.
Did I do any damage with it, or just kind of
Yeah, you did a little bit of damage. Go ahead and just give me a roll,
like
a 1d4.
2?
2. Okay, you clipped him for 2 damage. Like I said, he grabs his arm, blood kind of sprays out, and he shouts, "Get them!" And go ahead and roll for initiative, boys.
Woo! You guys were doing it.
Oh man,
Roll
that's
for
where we're
initiative.
gonna end
and-
for
you
this
understand?
episode.
I have no weapons right now.
You have the only tool you need. 11 plus 2 is 13.
What's my
It's
14.
Top middle for initiative.
What'd you roll, Bentley? Oh,
Bentley's going first. 17.
What did you get?
Plus, what am I adding in? Nothing.
I got
Airtwan
14.
14.
Initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Top
so
middle.
14 total then.
14 total. And then what did you roll?
13.
13.
14.
So how do you do? I've heard different people do it different ways. Where somebody ties on an initiative. I've heard some people just do a roll off. Some people do highest dex. How do you want us to do that? Because they both got 14, right?
Let's do this. You just fired a surprise shot,
Okay.
so you'll go second.
Okay.
Is that fine with you?
Actually, these two tied.
You had 13.
I'm behind
Bentley.
them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
So you're going second anyways.
I'll shoot again.
Bentley's smaller, so he goes first.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Lanston's shaking his head at that shoot again.
Okay. So the only one who had a higher initiative roll than you guys, I noticed you guys noticed I didn't roll anything, but
Yeah.
the captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since he barked the orders, he drew his sword and he started approaching on you guys. He's got his sword in one hand, he's got his gun in the other, and he fires off basically a moving shot, probably at you since you shot at him.
Oh snap.
So he's going to go ahead and roll. What's your AC?
Wait, I got my armor back on,
That was
right?
a bad roll.
14. Whoa! Did you say that was a bad roll?
Yeah,
it was
fell
like between
off.
9.
It was going to either be a 9 or a 19, so I just
You would
figured.
have wanted the 9.
I thought, oh, it was a 2. I got to roll again.
So it was a 15.
Snap. Okay, he hits.
Okay, so and it's only going to be a 1d4 as well. It's a 4.
Man, he
This were a
popped you
different.
good.
Yeah, if this were a different one, I'm almost bloodied. If this were a different version,
All right. Well, so he clips you with a gun, or actually like shoots
guys,
you. I guess
we're
like
dead. Is Ferdinand in the
First
order?
episode, we're
Yeah.
gonna all die. We're gonna have a team wipe.
TPK, yeah.
yeah. Ferdinand is in the order, and he's going next, and he just sprints towards the nearest guard to you guys. And like a freaking bulldozer, he just like swings his sword like in like a chopping motion and like football tackle motion. And he basically like cleaves that guard like right in half almost, like just with this basic long sword. I mean, the guard just gives you like, you know, the
And Lanston looks over to Bozo over here
What did you give me?
and goes,
and he just like cleaves that guard like right in two. And Ferdinand, like his clothes are bloody, his sword's bloody, his grip is slippery on his sword, and he's just heaving and panting, and he's looking at the next person already. But now it's Bentley's
Ferdinand's
turn.
dead.
ugh.
It's Bentley's,
So-
excuse me, Philly Dukes.
Who's near me? Is there somebody
Are they
Okay.
grouped
charging towards
together
me?
at all?
Yeah, they're a little bit grouped together. The captain moved away, and his first mate's probably like 5 feet behind him, still near the mast. The captain moved closer towards you guys. So he's probably like 12, 15 feet now. He just took a few steps and fired a shot. Ferdinand is like kind of like parallel or even on the other side of the captain at this point.
Okay.
He killed the guard that was like closest to all of you guys, just like basically a grunt. And so you've got the captain, the first mate behind him, as well as like 2 guards that are still near the mast.
Okay.
And then you've got probably like, what did I said there was a dozen guards. So
Yeah, and Ferdinand took out a couple already.
yeah, he flipped over one, killed another. So there's 8 guards left.
Cleaved one in twain.
So let's say there's 3 guards near the center mast, near the first mate. And then there's 5 on the opposite side that like might have to like start manning the broadsides and like firing cannons if that ship starts getting any nearer.
Yeah, chaos, chaotic, guys. That's
Okay.
us.
So it is Philly Duke's turn.
All right. I'm cheating off of your map, trying to figure out what I want to do.
I should have. I thought this morning I should have just found like an image of like a top down of a ship to show you guys.
It's all good.
But
When we start recording at the other place, I have a big whiteboard. That
oh,
we
great.
can- we can
Okay,
use.
cool. I'll draw pictures on that. For now, I'm just going to be like pretty liberal with like movements and stuff like
Cool.
that. So just
Okay.
use your best imagination. Like it's not going to be exact, and I'm going to try to make it all about like the cinematic experience, and the maybe in the future we can use miniatures or something. But
Lanston is going to dodge sort of diagonally left here and go to the opposite side of the mast where the bozo captain's firing shots off with everyone.
right.
I'm gonna dodge that way.
So that's your movement.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You moved without a problem. Headed over there.
Excellent.
Are you trying to like take cover, like because line of sight might be an issue for you? Like if you can't see your targets, if you're intending to do
Right.
Like you're behind a barrel or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I dodged to get a more secure position behind some crates or something that they had there.
Sure.
Because I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my mouth that's very explosive. And I'm just like, and I can't do anything unless I'm near somebody, so I got to get close to somebody to like spit it on them or
Yeah,
something
sure.
like that.
So you hop skipped over there. You're kind of like half concealed behind some crates, and you're like kind of between like now you're between like the captain and his like first mate and the other guards.
Okay.
So you kind of hop skipped and jumped behind the captain. Like he saw you, obviously, but
Yeah.
you're just heading over there to
But all heck is broken loose.
yeah.
All right.
So what do you want to do?
What do I want to do? Is there any guards near me? Anything going on?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you got some spells. You might have to prepare some. But if
I've
you
got
wanted
a-
to spit
I've
the
got-
gog, and
I've got a quarterstaff and a dagger, and I'm thinking if there's any guard, out of the 8 that are left, if there's any like guard near me that's near the edge or something like that, I either want to, cut some Achilles tendons or
whack him in the face and knock him overboard.
Right. They're not that close to you.
Okay.
They're
It
not that
sounds
close
like
to you.
you're closest to the captain, the first mate, and maybe a couple guards.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then, if I can, I would like to go towards the nearest person towards me, if it's a guard or if it's the first mate, and go for a classic Achilles tendon cut.
All right. Sure. I'll allow you. You can move a little bit further and go for that. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh, which one are you going for? Which one is he going for?
Which one of them is closest to me?
You're closest to the first mate.
Okay.
The first mate is kind of like out in the front. And also Airtorn's kind of near that position as well.
Yeah. Well, I figure if I can link up with somebody else, maybe
Right.
we can go back to back
Just
style.
don't burn him with your grog.
Yeah,
That's all.
no.
Yeah.
So you want to
Yeah.
give him a little slicey poo?
20.
All right, go ahead.
Attack bonus is +3
There you go.
Okay.
on an 18, so I got a 21.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then for damage, I have to roll a 1d4 for piercing.
Right. And I'll even allow it like you like really cut up the back of his leg. Like he didn't see you. Like so sure, he's pretty wounded. Go ahead and give me a D4 and we'll talk about how much damage he takes.
1.
You gave him a cute little cat scratch.
Well, I was trying to. I didn't expect his boots to be so thick. I thought I could cut right through them.
Yeah, you were taken by surprise by it, but you did manage to kind of like get through the boots a little bit
Sweet.
and hit some skin, and he was kind of pissed off. But before he gets to do anything,
Do I get a bonus attack?
No.
Do you have that feature on your?
I don't know. I was just asking.
Okay.
If you have like an ability or something that does that, like you'll have to tell me because I don't know exactly what you have.
I don't think so.
It would be on the right in that big column. It would say like second wind or something like
Oh,
that.
gotcha. No, I got nothing like that.
Okay. So that's your
I
attack.
just hear Greg say
Yeah.
it all the time.
Do you? Is that the end of your turn? Or?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
you went ahead and attacked, and he moved. He even got a little bonus move. So,
Sweet.
so now it's Boz's turn. Air torn. He's standing there. He didn't get a chance to cast his prestidigitation or his little jubilee spell.
Dang. Okay.
So you can try and prepare something else. You can still cast it. Like you've got 3 guards plus the first mate, kind of near you, as well as Philly
He's got a
Duke,
little nick on his.
which I know you hate gnomes, so like maybe you don't want to help him. But
yeah. Sorry, man. I'm totally racist against gnomes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
or
I'll
you
win-
can cast.
I'll win you over.
You can cast the prestidigitation too, but I'm gonna. Bentley's gonna take the penalty on it as well.
Let's see. Can I do a? I need to do like a perception check to see if there's a dagger on any of these first mates or these guards.
Right, because you don't have anything.
Yeah.
So
Maybe if you didn't hate gnomes, you could. I could throw you mine.
behind you
Well,
a
you don't really
dozen
know that
feet.
yet.
Behind you a dozen feet. Kind of opposite the direction that that Philly Duke is right now, and the captain and
So towards the front.
like
Of
yeah,
the
back
boat?
towards the front, like where they came. Well, back towards the where you guys had come out of the hold. So it's over near Ferdinand, but it's like the opposite side of the ship of the captain and stuff. Like just on like the right side or whatever it is. Ferdinand had killed that guard, and his weapons were still on him. He had a flintlock pistol in his sash as well as a rapier, which. It's maybe you're not proficient with it, but that's all you got right now. So it's about 10, 12 feet back. You can move over there. And I don't know what your movement is, but you might have enough to...
What is my movement? Where is it at?
You're a halfling, right?
No,
he's
35.
Where
35
are
feet.
you?
Half wood elf.
Oh, Wood Elf,
Oh,
yeah.
so yeah, you're fast.
Yeah.
So you can move... actually-
35 feet. I'll move over there.
So you can move over there. I'll allow you to grab the sword and still move and attack if you want.
Yeah, hell yeah. Do I have to move the 12? Take the 12 away from my 35?
I mean, if you're going to move like even more after that attack, like I'd say... I mean, keep track of it. But otherwise, like, you've got plenty of movement to get to the sword and get to the nearest bad guy.
All right, cool. So let's see if I can do this. This is what I'm going to ask you. I want to move to the sword, pick up the sword,
Right.
dash back over. Wait, hold on. I got to check and see what this does. Nope. I'm just going to go to the sword, pick it up, but then I'm going to play my hideous laughter spell
Okay.
at the captain.
Okay.
And that's going to make him laugh for like a minute.
I've got it. I've got the description here if you need it.
Oh, I have it right here,
Okay.
too. So, my hideous laughter is a creature of your choice that you can see. Well, I guess that's a creature. Never mind, I won't play that.
Yeah.
Unless you allow me
So
to.
that would be everybody.
Yeah. So the captain
Centered around
counts.
it.
under
Okay,
that.
cool. All right, so creature your choice you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into a fit of laughter if this spell affects it. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. The creature within intelligence scores of 4 or less isn't affected.
It's one of my favorites. That's so sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so so you rush over, you grab the sword, and you got it in one hand or whatever. You got your ukulele in the other, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But feel free. Yeah, you can cast your spell if you want.
And I'm going to stay back by the sword, though, since this is within 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You got plenty of space.
All right. I got to remember how I played this. Hold on.
The music cuts across the deck of the ship. And through the din of combat, it hits the ears of the captain. And go ahead and give me a roll, though, real quick.
What am I doing?
Oh! It hits the ears of the captain, and he looks at you with a little grin because he knows what you were trying to do. Like, he could feel it take over for just a split second, and then he looks at you and just laughs at your pathetic attempt.
What'd you roll?
I'm sorry, mates.
You rolled a 3.
Okay.
We'll try it on the next run.
Thanks for letting him know what you're going to do next time.
Okay, so now...
I'm with you, horny. We're going to make this happen.
So now one of the
Name's
guards...
Yamhorn.
One of the 3 guards that's near the mast, like, rushes towards Ferdinand and makes an attack. I guess I can roll for him. Why not? Ferdinand has, like, really high AC, though, so...
Yes. I knew we picked the right guy to follow.
Okay, so the guard rushes him and hits him with perfect sword. I'm just going to make it a 1d6. 4. Okay.
Goodness.
I know, lots of damage. Okay, so now it's the first mate's turn, and the first mate got his leg cut. He turns and he sees Philly Duke sitting there, and he doesn't even... He sees a little, gnome sitting there. He doesn't even, like, waste time.
Hey, I'm standing, pal.
Like, whatever. He just, like, turns and, like, gives you a boot, like, right in the face.
Oh.
So he's going to go ahead and roll. What's your AC?
11/14.
So 14, because if you put your armor back on.
Yeah. Okay. So he went to, like, go just give you a kick, like, right in the face, but your reflexes were, like, a little much, and you just kind of, like, whoop, like, dodge it, like, right out of the way.
Nice job.
So now it's Caleb's turn.
Yay. All right, folks. Let's see here.
Just the first line.
So I am determined. Oh, this is going to be suicide. Is lay on hands an action?
Lay on hands.
I feel like we got to take out this captain. If we take out the captain, maybe other people will start to not fight.
Right.
But I don't think I can hit him.
Right.
Are you basically, like, wanting to grapple with this dude?
No, I need to heal myself.
Oh, you need to heal yourself.
Yeah, but I also don't want to waste a turn and not get some sort of threat out of the way.
I see. Yeah, go ahead. I'll allow you to lay on hands and move, but you won't be able to attack.
I won't be able to attack. Okay.
Is that just like one of your cantrips or whatever? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, how much HP do you have left?
I have 6.
6 HP.
Yeah.
The bullet, you fired the bullet already.
And he took 2 damage for that.
Oi, horny. Back up. I'll take it from here, mate.
I mean, you can lay on hands and
Go
then
heal yourself.
move to cover.
All right, I think that's
I mean,
what
that
I'm gonna
might
do.
just be the best thing you have
So
to do.
are you still behind the crates? Or
No,
you got a
I'm-
boot to
I'm-
the face?
Because I'm over by
I
you
dodged
now.
it. I'm
Okay.
in the
Right?
I'm in the and I'm around the captain,
one-
the first mate, and everybody.
He's the farthest one away from us. He's in the middle by the
Okay.
mast. We're
Okay.
we're kind of close together.
I'm in the thick of it.
He's kind of like opposite of you. Like, it's like you, him, and then like the captain. And like Ferdinand's like over here too.
Yeah.
Like near you.
Yo,
So-
back up.
I'm going to get next to Ferdinand.
Okay, so you're gonna
So
head
I'm going to
over
run
there.
over there.
Okay.
And I'm going to lay on hands. And then if you'll allow it, I'm going to just eat up all 5 hit points that I can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then if you'll allow, I'm going to draw out my Warhammer and ready it.
Okay. Yeah.
Two-handed.
All right, that's fine. That's your turn, I'll say.
Cool.
That seems pretty reasonable. So now it's the other guards. Some of the other guards, that were standing near Philly Duke. They don't really recognize you as a threat per se, just because you're really short. So they move. One of them moves right past you, and
Mistake number one.
moves right past you, and they start heading over to like Ferdinand, who's just like
And how many guards was it?
there's 3.
Okay, and they all just mob right by me because they're like, "Hey, short stack, get out of my way."
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, all 3 of them are going to actually move right past you in turn. So we'll just go ahead and say that because I don't know why I'm going like turn by turn for these goons.
Okay.
So yeah, they go ahead and like mob right past you. So it's just you and the first mate now.
Oh, darn.
And these 3 goons like move over. They kind of surround Airtorn and Ferdinand.
Okay.
And one of them takes a swing at Ferdinand, who absolutely just misses. The other one takes a swing at Ferdinand as well, who hits him actually. Who hits him for 2. And if you guys are confused about the HP for Ferdinand, he's higher level than you guys.
I assumed.
I knew you guys would need some help on this one. So, and the other guard sees you, Airtorn, and he decides to take a swing at you, just with a basic longsword. What's your AC?
14.
Oh, he hits you. Sorry.
Bummer.
What'd you get?
16 I rolled. But he only does 1 damage to you.
Perfect.
He kind of just like swings at you, and it kind of like glances off your sword and like kind of pecks you in the leg or something like that. The other guards that are up on top, they don't get engaged in the combat right now. They think that that the other guards and the captain can take care of it, so.
Because they're still worried about the other.
Yeah, they're worried about the ship that's coming up. And now that it's closer, I know it's only been a few seconds, but you guys can kind of look up, and it's like the lanterns definitely seem like closer than they were before all this stuff happened. And you guys don't know. I mean, do any of you guys know about ships?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Oh,
I'm in
sorry.
character. Sorry. Philly Duke. Does Philly Duke know about ships? Do any of you have like any knowledge that might like pertain to ships?
I don't. I was.
I think my
Farm
first ship
living.
ride was like when I, came looking for adventure. Other than that, it's,
All right.
When you got kidnapped and put on a ship.
So you guys don't really know.
Extensive
Yeah.
knowledge.
You guys don't really know, but that ship's definitely getting like within broadside range.
crap.
Pretty shortly.
Stick all this crap in my mouth.
I like how you're like a circus character. You're just going to blow fireballs.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something.
Right. So that's going to go ahead and be that first round. So it goes back to Ferdinand's turn, and Ferdinand is surrounded by these guys, and he goes ahead and just he takes 1 slash at one of the guards near him and just like cuts his face like wide open, and the guy's just like grasping at his like open maw where blood's just like pouring out.
Poor guy.
And he looks at the other guard who surrounded him, and he just like stabs him right in the stomach, like all the way to the hilt.
Just you say, no, that's what I call a facelift.
He says, "Why so serious?"
I love it.
He's a freaking like surgeon with this sword. You guys notice he's just like cuts this dude's face open and then just slams the hilt all the way down into this guard's stomach. And like the mess is like so much that like Airtorn is just like, ah!
And then when he starts doing that, I start
sweeping
doing that. It's just a chain reaction.
The captain already fired his gun, so he throws the pistol down on the ground, and he pulls his whip out from his sash, and he takes
whip
kind
out
of
of
like
his sash.
a little skip jump, and he really like winds this whip up,
Oh, he's a real dandy.
and he just slams this bullwhip, just snaps it right at Ferdinand, taking a shot here with the whip, and he freaking hits him. Good God,
Oh, man.
that's fine though.
It's all good. It's cool, right?
Only does 1 damage with the whip, and this thing just like cracks across Ferdinand's back, and you guys can hear it, and it just like makes you all jump, and it like tears open his shirt, and just leaves like a bright red line across
A little
his
bit
back.
dribbles out of my mouth. 'Cause I'm like,
And now it is Philly Duke's turn.
all right, so I'm by the first mate still,
Yep, you are.
and he just kicked at me and missed.
Right.
Because I'm crafty.
Yep.
Question: does he have any sort of like? Does he have a gun on him as well? Does he have like one of those little mini like powder kegs that looks like a horn type of thing?
He doesn't have like extra shots, but he hasn't fired his gun yet. He's got his gun in his sash still,
Okay.
and he has a rapier in his sash as well. And he didn't even draw it. He just saw you, and he was just like, "I'm going to kick this gnome in the face."
Okay, so here's my plan. I want to use a cantrip, my prestidigitation and I want to light that fire. I want to light the powder so it just goes off and makes a big spark as I spit onto him.
I'll allow it.
All right.
I'll allow it.
Nice.
So,
Sick.
do you have to roll for that prestidigitation, or does it just...
It's a cantrip.
Go ahead and give me a d20.
Okay.
And you just got to make a very easy roll, because it's right in front of you. You've got time.
I have it right here.
15.
Oh, yeah, no problem, dude. So you just basically kind of had the spell up in your mind, and you just snap your fingers, and boosh, the barrel of this pistol just boosh, blows outward, and sparks and fire kind of just erupt outwards. And you were ready for this. This was the moment you're waiting for. So walk us through. What do you do?
So as soon as I snap my fingers to make the smell pop off, I spit at him. And he's like, what's going on? What's this bozo doing? And then as soon as this liquid gets to him, the spark pops off, and I try to move out of the way if I can, because I know it's going to make a nice little
Right,
around him.
Right. Yeah, so you
But
spray this
maybe
liquid.
Philly Duke gets his eyebrows singed a little bit.
Roll for singed eyebrows.
you spray this liquid all over him, and he was already caught off guard because he expected to just be able to kick you right in the face. He saw this little shoddily dressed gnome,
Right.
And he was off balance, and you just spit this in his face and all over his torso, and whoosh, he just goes up in flames. Give me a roll, a d6 if you don't mind, because we're gonna do damage.
This one?
Yeah.
The one that looks like a normal.
3. Okay, so you hit him for 3 HP this turn, and to top it off, he's on fire currently, and he's going to have to roll every time it's his turn to see if he can put the fire out, unless, I don't know, 3 turns or so, it'll go out on its own.
All right.
Sweet.
But his face is just brrr, and he gives you a real shriek, because he was not expecting that. He's just what did you do, you little freak? He's just flipping out, grabbing at his face.
This little kid spit fire on me. Who let a toddler on here?
So much adventure.
And it is Boz's turn, so go ahead and...
All right.
So you grabbed the sword, you tried to cast your spell, you got one guard who took a swing at you last turn, and you've got the captain who is kind of engaged with Ferdinand right now that's also sort of near you. You'd have to move to him. But the other guard is within striking distance.
Can I sneak behind the captain?
No.
Bummer.
No, he'll see you coming. And if you try to leave the guard, he'll take a reaction attack on you.
Perfect. I'm gonna do an attack against with my rapier against that guard.
You're gonna... I'm sorry, what?
Attack that guard.
Oh, yeah, okay, go ahead. So go ahead and give me a d20.
2.
Oosh. Yeah, you missed. So you take your little rapier. If you don't mind my asking, what sort of weapon do you normally use? What did you carry with you before?
I carried a short bow, a rapier, and a dagger.
Okay, so you do know how to use
Yeah.
rapiers. Okay, so so you go ahead and you take your little rapier and you get into your fencing stance and you spin it around and give a little flourish, and then you go to thrust at him and the guard just punk, it just knocks it out of the way, and you're
Parry.
you just have
Yeah. He pushed B on Assassin's Creed and parried my attack.
this guard spent so much time playing counter Assassin's Creed that he's just okay.
I'm Ezio.
And he gives you a little look, come on, really? So that's your turn. Okay, so now...
So he just went, right?
Yeah.
So he just went. Now it's the first mate's turn. The first mate, he's on fire, and he needs to do a saving throw.
So I'm right here. After your attack is your move, right? You can't do anything after that?
So
It depends. You can sometimes attack and then move.
Right.
Sometimes you can move, attack, then move. But with this guard, if you would try to leave, he's going to take a reaction attack on you.
All right,
because he's within your...
He's right next to
Yeah,
you.
you guys are locked
us
in
right
combat.
now.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So if you turn your back or anything like that, he's just going to take a thrust at you.
And older versions, you could shift and not have an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything? I don't know if there's anything like that.
I didn't read anything like that.
I feel like they got rid of something to do with that, but I think there's still opportunity.
You can
gap.
use disengage as an action. It says here, but
Okay.
you won't be able to attack. So if you
Okay.
use disengage as your action, you
Okay.
can leave combat without. But if you attack them, you can't leave without getting.
It's basically like running away while defending.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. So he was on fire. What is he going to have to roll for? What attribute you think?
Flailing? I don't know.
Constitution. I'm going to make him roll Constitution because
Okay.
he's on fire. So I don't know. Does that
makes
seem
sense.
reasonable to you guys?
Yeah.
So he has a +2 to Constitution. Oh, and yeah, he managed to like pat himself out. He doesn't take any fire damage. But I'm going to go ahead and say that that's his turn.
Okay.
He went ahead and put himself out of fire.
That would be first on my mind too. If I
Right.
was on fire.
So now it's Ferdinand's turn. Ferdinand, he kind of looks back at you and he's like, are you going to be able to take care of that guy on your own? He asked the guard, or he asked you about the guard. Like, are you going to be able to take care of the guard on your own?
Don't worry about it. I
right.
see it in the stars.
Okay, so Ferdinand just turns away without even thinking, and he goes to face the captain, and they kind of square off for a moment. Like the captain is like sort of twirling his whip around, like shifting, and Ferdinand kind of like twirls his sword around, and a little bit of cinema here for you. Ferdinand sits there, and the captain like goes to crack his whip, and Ferdinand dodges it instantly, and he takes his sword and he just like smacks it down like right across the whip, like severing it in half.
Yay.
And he moves in. He moves in on the captain, and they're like right in front of each other now, and the captain had to draw his sword, and they're kind of like squaring off. Now the other guard who was near you and engaging with you, he goes ahead and he takes a little attack with you as well. So he's going to go ahead and roll. Oh, dude, he just like critted you so hard.
You said you wanted to re-roll a character, right?
So
You may get your wish.
Oh man.
I'm going to say this, and this is going to make you really sad. But he goes to attack you, and he's just going to do normal damage. But he smashes your loot, like, in the process.
Man.
He just, like, crushes that thing, like, under his, like... He just starts swinging his sword at you, and you go to like block with your rapier, but it wasn't enough, and you lose your balance and you're forced back. And as you stumble backwards, you're knocked prone on the ground, and you drop your ukulele, and he looks right at it and just stomps it into just like some tiny
Well,
little
staring you
splinters.
straight in the eyes,
Yo, bully.
So you're gonna take normal damage,
and then add 2 cry damage.
which was a 4. You're not gonna die from this, are you?
No, I'm at 8 right now.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, he just did 4 damage to you right now.
Oh
So.
man.
So you're not. I thought you said you could take care
Yeah.
of this guy. Like Ferdinand could have just come and
I
chopped
didn't know
him in
there was
half
another
for
guy
you.
over there. I have like 2 dudes, 1 boss.
It's funny. I'm the fighter, and I have done the least amount of,
Yeah,
of
because you
any
just
benefit.
you took that shot in the beginning,
yeah,
man.
I should have just let you
Popped
press
it
the
off.
digitize.
Oh, did you get your turn? Did I skip you?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm
I don't
so
know.
sorry.
I don't know where I am in the full line. So.
It is your turn.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I'm going to go up to that captain.
Amateurs.
Captain's engaged with Ferdinand now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Okay,
squaring
I'm
off.
going to come up behind the captain if that works.
Sure, you have.
layout-wise.
Yeah, you have enough movement to do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So I'll get behind him. I don't know if that gives me advantage or anything, but and I'm going to take my Warhammer 2-hand, and I'm swinging like I'm swinging T-ball for the fences,
Ooh, there you go.
right at the noggin.
All right.
Do it.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh man.
7 plus 4, that's 11.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you hit him, but
You always know. Oh, well, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
no. You did hit him.
Oh, thank God.
But because he's such like a well-rounded fighter, like he sees you coming, and he's able to sort of like deflect your blow from just like striking his head and just like wrecking him. How much damage does your Warhammer do?
1d8. Or no, since it's two-handed, 1d10 plus 2.
1d10 plus 2. So go ahead and just take the modifier off,
Okay.
and roll the 1d10, and that's the damage. Since he was able to like deflect your blow a little bit.
Okay. Ooh, 9.
Oh, dude! You just like totally like he deflects it off of his head, like just barely. But this thing just like grazes his head. But even still, like he just took a Zweihander blow from this freaking hammer. He's just like stunned and dazed, and in fact, like he's knocked prone to the ground now, and he's struggling to get up, and he's like waving his rapier, kind of like fending you guys off if you're going to descend on him, and he's kind of like, you know, half on his knees and hands, and half like waving his sword like right in your guys' face. So yeah, he takes 9 damage. Good for you. Good for you.
Nice, man.
And he's dazed.
I knew you could do it.
He's dazed and prone.
I'm prone, so I'm like,
Sweet Silver Sands. That guy just blocked the hammer with his forehead.
Well, like, just imagine, like, if he had been wearing a helmet, it would have, like, grazed his helmet, and then his helmet would have, like, flown off.
Yeah.
But he
Nice.
didn't have it, so it, like, hit his head and then, like, grazed past. It wasn't, like, a direct blow.
still.
But it still did 9 frickin' damage.
I don't want a warhammer hitting me in the head like that.
yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so I think you knocked him down. Okay, so that's the end of the round, currently. As you guys are fighting, like, you guys are all just, like, scared spitless when the report of broadside fire just like cracks through the night. This will be continued for you, listener. The cracking of broadside cannon fire in the middle of the night as it echoes across the icy blackness of the whispering sea. What will happen to our heroes? Tune in next week to find out on Chaotic Amateurs. Chaotic?
Sciatica?
You were doing so good too.
Chaotic Amateurs! I've been Rhett, your DM.
Bentley as Lance and Philly Duke.
Caleb as Yamhorn.
And Boss as Airtorn.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.